Ferrari said they were cooking something radical. New suspension, massive rear-end redesign, Mugello test whispers. And what did we get? A slightly angrier wishbone and a damper doing Pilates. Welcome to Ferrari engineering in 4K. So let me break it down. Ferrari's been struggling with rear ride height all season. The car was bouncing like a toddler on a sugar rush. And after Hamilton got disqualified for plank wear, they basically went, let's raise the car until it stops scraping the floor like a Roomba on crack. But raising the car meant losing downforce. Losing downforce meant losing stability. And losing stability meant Charles Leclerc started spinning like he was auditioning for Dancing with the Stars. Why was this happening? Well, when they built the SF25, Ferrari moved the cockpit backwards. Which sounds cool, right? Like, ah yes, rearward weight distribution. Let's get that Monaco traction. Nope, it squished the fuel tank and engine back into the gearbox's living room. Translation, they didn't have space to fit the rear suspension properly. So the central damper, the part that's supposed to calm the rear end down like a therapist, couldn't do its job. You ever try to do yoga in a broom closet? That's what Ferrari asked their rear suspension to do. Just breathe through the porpoising. Namaste, mother. Now here's where it gets funny. Instead of redesigning the whole car, which they can't because budget cap, deadlines, and panic attacks, they decided to tweak the anti-lift geometry on the rear wishbone. What does that mean? It means the car now squats less under braking. Or in simpler terms, we gave it less booty drop when you hit the brakes. Mercedes did the same thing at Imola, and it actually helped. So Ferrari said, yeah, let's copy that, but make it Maranello. So now, at the back of the car, we've got a stiffer geometry, more anti-lift, and a slightly better rear damper. Maybe. And here's the kicker. Gary Anderson looked at it and basically said, meh, not that radical, which is Ferrari in a nutshell. Hype the thing up like they're launching a rocket to Mars, then deliver a slightly shinier Fiat. But here's where I'll give them credit. If this upgrade actually allows them to drop the ride height again, it might unlock the ground effect performance they were supposed to have all year. That's where things get juicy. Because Lewis Hamilton, the man, the myth, the vegan knight in red armor, has been screaming about this since day one, and apparently the only one at Ferrari listening was Jock Clear. Jock's been yelling like a drunk uncle at a barbecue. Listen to Lewis. The man has 7 titles, not 7 guessworks. And now, Finally, they might have listened. Hamilton's been driving this car like he's in survival mode. Oversteer, understeer, mid-corner snaps, the whole menu. He's been cooking lap times with a chassis that handles like a shopping cart with a broken wheel. But if this update works, if it genuinely stabilizes the rear, gives him better brake balance, and lets Ferrari run the car lower without scraping half the floor off, Hamilton might go full Michelin chef. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this turns the SF25 into a championship killer, but I am saying, if you give Lewis Hamilton a stable rear end and a clean setup window, you better pray to the ghost of Juan Manuel Fangio. Because even if the car isn't perfect, Lewis is the kind of driver that blinds his own team from their flaws by sheer will. He did it in 2021. He almost did it in 2023. And if Ferrari lets him cook now, it's over for these midfield merchants. Meanwhile, Charles, still fast, still emotional. But unless this car stops bouncing, he's one porpoise away from writing poetry on the radio again. And just for laughs, let's check on Logan Sargent. Oh wait, he just went full baboon again. Final thought? Ferrari might not have delivered a radical suspension, but what they did deliver might just be enough to give Hamilton what he's been begging for. A chance to drive a Ferrari that doesn't fight back like a wild horse in every braking zone. If they screw this up again, we riot. We invade Maranello. We unplug the espresso machines. But if it works, oh man, Lewis Hamilton is about to cook. And it's gonna smell like redemption. Like, subscribe and comment below. Is this upgrade enough to revive Ferrari's season? Or is this just another overhyped Italian pasta with no sauce? Let me know, and pray for Spa.